Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and in today's video, I will be going over the new 4K Blu-ray pre-orders and announcements for June 2nd, 2023. Now keep in mind, release dates and technical specs are subject to change. If there are any changes or additional retailer exclusives, I will update them in a future video. Also be sure to check out my previous 4K pre-order videos for titles you may be looking for and were not covered here. Direct Amazon links, when they are available, can be found on the channel's community page. With very little fanfare or announcement, Universal will have the Super Mario Bros. Movie on 4K coming out next week, June 6th. Now, Target has an apparent release date listed on their website. The other sites such as Amazon, Best Buy still have the placeholder date, but local brick and mortar stores such as Best Buy and Target and Walmart have this ready to be put on shelves for next week. So I don't know when the actual online retailers are going to update their listing. It may be today, maybe sometime this weekend, but rest assured, June 6th, this will be coming to 4K. And just a quick reminder, there are retailer exclusives. Best Buy will have a Steelbook in stores on Tuesday, and Walmart will have a collectible edition of their own. Both of these are expected to be on their shelves this week and available for shipping. Vinegar Syndrome announced that the 4K edition of the film Effects will be available from their website, and the reported release date will be sometime at the end of June. Expect a standard edition to follow suit sometime in the future, but head on over to Vinegar Syndrome and order your copy. We went over the slipcover edition of Battlestar Galactica on 4K last week. Well, now it looks like a Steelbook edition has popped up for the same release date of July 11th. Now, I couldn't verify if this was a Best Buy exclusive. It's not stated as such on their website, but I could only find it for sale over on Best Buy. But other retailers may follow suit. As I mentioned, this is now available for pre-order over at Best Buy. Shout Factory Scream Factory on August 1st will have the 4K edition of Nightbreed. It will support HDR and Dolby Vision and DTS audio. I've actually never heard of this one, so I may give it a shot. Let me know in the comments if you're planning to pick this one up. The wide release of the classic animated film Cinderella is scheduled for August 1st. This standard edition will be available at your local and online retailers on release day, and there will also be a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook edition of the film. Both of these are currently up for pre-order over at Best Buy's website, and the standard edition should be available at other retailers. As part of their Shout Select line on August 22nd, Hackers starring Angelina Jolie will be coming to 4K. This will support HDR and Dolby Vision and DTS audio. Over at the retailer Target, it looks like there's a non-exclusive Steelbook edition of the film Infinity Pool, the uncut version, arriving on August 29th. Now, over on Amazon, the same listing is there, but it's listed as a standard Blu-ray, but I'm inclined to believe this is a 4K release. In the past, Amazon has listed 4K pre-orders as Blu-ray only, so when this becomes official, I will update all that information with cover art and tech specs in a future video. On September 12th, it looks like Batman: The Mask of the Phantasm will be getting a 4K release from Warner Bros. Now, with most DC animated films, expect HDR only and DTS 5.1 for the audio. On September 12th, it also looks like the sequel Kick-Ass 2 will be arriving also on the 4K format. I know this one definitely didn't live up to expectations. The first film's incredible. I just wish I liked the second one more, but for fans of the film, you can pick up your copy in mid-September. Universal is also adding to the Shrek franchise that's already out on 4K, as Shrek the Third will be arriving on the format September 12th. As with Shrek 1 and 2, expect HDR for the grading and DTS-X for the audio mix. Stay tuned to the channel for updated cover art. MVD announced that the cult classic horror film Ghoulies will be their next 4K offering, and that release date will also be September 12th. That day is shaping up to be a heavy one on the wallet for 4K collectors, and it looks like HDR and Dolby Vision will be included and DTS audio mix. We keep inching along to an official announcement for The Exorcist arriving on 4K. Well, it looks like a release date has been nailed down, as September 19th looks to be the day. We don't have official tech specs, but I think HDR and DTS are probably a lock, and stay tuned to the channel when we get updated cover art. Paramount is getting ready to announce a few more 4K titles in the coming weeks, and it looks like Sleepy Hollow will be arriving sometime in early fall. This to me seems like a perfect Halloween release, so September and October are probably going to be the date. HDR and Dolby Vision are more than likely going to be included, and probably the original audio from the Blu Ray. It looks like word got out that Shout Factory will be releasing a 4K edition of Natural Born Killers. Now, it looks like this was originally going to be coming out in the recent announcements, but it may have been bumped another month or so, but I am very excited for this release. No word yet if the 4K will include the director's cut. It's Shout Factory, so it could go either way, but I'm pretty excited for this to come out on the format in the near future. One of my favorite Audrey Hepburn films is arriving on 4K sometime in early fall. Roman Holiday will be arriving in the near future. HDR and Dolby Vision are more than likely expected in DTS for the audio. We have a couple of international pre-orders and announcements to go over, and don't forget, many of these 4K titles are region free, so if you see something you're interested in, have no fear, you can import it. It will play on most American players. It looks like over in France, they will also be getting a Jaws 2 Steelbook edition, and this one will be available on July 5th. Now, there are a few other territories also getting a 4K Steelbook, and most territories worldwide are getting this release in early July. So if you're in those other regions, check your listings accordingly. Over in Germany, the film The Assassin will be arriving on 4K July 28th. It will support HDR and DTS 5.1 audio. Sometime in August, it looks like the 4K edition of The Last Wave will be arriving in Australia. It is currently up for pre-order over at the Umbrella website. It looks like some new additions to the Film Vault series are arriving in early fall. As September 4th, Jaws will be coming to retailers in the UK. It should support the same tech specs as the previous release, HDR and Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos audio. On the same day, The Shawshank Redemption will also be added to the Film Vault series. Over in France on September 6th, it looks like a 4K Steelbook edition of the film Drive will be coming to that region. HDR and Dolby Vision are expected as part of the previous 4K release from Second Sight. I'm not sure if this is an exclusive to any particular website, but if that does change, I will update that in a future video. Over at Amazon France's website, they have on September 20th a listing for the complete Rocky and Creed films in one collection. Now, this is interesting in the sense that it is apparently going to include Rocky V and Rocky Balboa. I fully expect a US domestic announcement for at least those two titles to be coming in the next several weeks, but it looks like France has beat everybody to the punch, and that release date will be September 20th. There is also a Humphrey Bogart 2-film collection coming to France and also being released on September 20th. The two films will be, of course, Casablanca and The Maltese Falcon. Two more films are arriving as part of the Film Vault series on October 2nd. Stanley Kubrick's 2001 will be added to that series. I love the cover art here. I may consider doing an import just for the artwork. It's gorgeous. And also, Apollo 13 will be arriving on the same day. Both of these films are expected to have the same tech specs as their previous 4K releases. And once again, October 2nd will be the release date. So those are the new 4K pre-orders and announcements for the week of June 2nd, 2023. Don't forget to use the direct Amazon links in the channel's community page if you're interested in any of these titles. It really does help out the channel. Also, be sure to let me know what titles I listed in this video you're planning to pick up for yourself. And finally, a special thank you to my Patreons. Your continued support is very much appreciated. If you would like to support me through Patreon, I will leave a link in the description of this video. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.